On this last camping trip the other day, the curtains still are working well. Let's take a look at some other things from the side door. One problem that keeps happening at night is the surfaces of the air pad and the sleeping bag are slippery, and I slowly slide towards the back of the car. You will see how I corrected that problem. Also, the seat back organizer is handy, but you will see later that I did refine it slightly, along with other refinements. Back home, I refined my sleeping area by using this Super Grip shelf liner. Let's see if this Super Grip liner works when I put it between the air pad and the sleeping bag. See how without a gripping pad between the two surfaces, how easily this slides. Now with this Super Grip liner on, it seems to be grabbing nicely and should correct the problem of me slipping. Here's the organizer that also alternates as a table, and I renovated it by putting a piece of plexiglass or acrylic to keep it more flat there. I'm also testing a new material for this side window panels to block out the light at night. New material I picked up at Home Depot, and it's called Black Twin Wall Coroplast, and it's about $10 for a section of it. And here you could see from the side, and I'll show a close-up of this. It seems like it'll last longer, and it could get wet. I also came up with, instead of cutting the curtains in half like that, I made one piece. It might help. I get a draft at night, and it might help cut down on some of the draft to keep it as one piece. I also, instead of using a curtain rod to hold the curtain in place, I glued it with hot glue, and I want to see if that holds up. I wet it over there, here in this area, and getting it wet doesn't pull it apart, so that's good. But I don't know how it will react to the heat during the day if I leave them in the car while I'm camping during the day. I have a different type of screen also. On the old one, it was a darker color, and I don't know, I think I like the darker one better. It looks neater. This is just tape. So we'll see how that works out. This is my morning oats. I'll show you how I prepared it. Easier than the last time. And less cleanup. Before I leave for a trip, I put the oats in a sandwich bag. I prepare dried figs and goji berries. I cut the figs into small pieces and then pour boiling water over the dry fruit. When cooled, I put into a sealed container. I forgot to film the cooking at the campsite, so this was done at home. To cook, I only bring 1 cup of water and the dry fruit and soak water to a boil. Then I add the oats and the soaked fruit and cover for 1/2 hour. This is the pot. Notice how easy it will be to wash. The old way, I used to have to stir to keep it from sticking and adjust the flame and being careful not to knock over the pot because it was slippery on the stove. And then the cleanup, it was sticky anyway, and it had to scrub and scrub and scrub.